and welcome back to your mum's favourite channel on YouTube, Cold Strength. Now today it is competition announcement time. This is a powerlifting channel. I'm a power lifter, so you know my whole channel is kind of based around this shit. Now the reason I want to announce this to you is because obviously what I post is depending on what I'm preparing for and what I'm doing. You know, I'm not just internet lifting. That's not kind of what I want to do. You know, I am very competitive, and I'm looking forward to getting back on the platform. Now, the last competition I did was in June of this year, so around 5 months ago, and that was a reintroduction for me back into the competitive scene. I hadn't competed since February 2020, before the scamdemic closed everything down, and that was a very successful comp for me, and it turned out to be my last one for quite some time. That wasn't originally the plan, but obviously the world had different plans at the time, and things happen. You know, at the time that was the all-time Australian record in the 140 kilogram weight class. You know, that's a pretty big juicy total. I think I was ranked 4th in the world all time at the time of doing that. Just pretty impressive, but my goal was obviously to climb, and I didn't get to do that. So there's unfinished business for sure. Now, since 2020, my record has been chipped by 2.5 kilos. It took someone more than 3 years of me not competing to get that job done. So I'm definitely looking forward to, I guess, coming back to the platform and doing what I do. You know what I mean? I have goals. My ultimate goal is to go 1,100 kilos at 140. You know, I think that's a really, really big milestone that not many people will ever achieve, and not many people will ever achieve 1,000 kilos. I've done that, you know, maybe 4 times in competition, but 1,000 ain't 1,100. You know what I mean? And that's been in the back of my head for a few years. And I was supposed to be doing a competition in December, 3 lift. I was meant to be backing my prep up off the June comp to do one in December, but unfortunately that comp got cancelled a little while ago. So you know, there was no need to prep. But you know, I've got my goal now, March 17, I believe, Pro Raw in Melbourne. So Pro Raw powerlifting. It used to be held at the Arnold's, but since the scamdemic, that's no longer a thing, I don't think. So they've been holding the competition at a different venue, but it's still a very big competition. It's an invitational competition. The best lifters in Australia, plus you get some international guys come over. So it'll be a good opportunity for me to get myself back on the big stage, and I guess, you know, continue, you could say, my career in the sport. I don't have insane goals for this comp. My goals for this competition is to set a nice, clean, comfortable 1,000 kilogram total. Nice execution, no missed lifts, a nice clean day on the platform, to really set myself up then to push beyond my 1,050. I know right now that if I was to aim to prep for that, it would be pushing the boundaries quite a lot, and I think I would set myself back in the end. And it's not a sprint. It's not a sprint. I'm 33. I've still got a few good years left. Don't you worry about that. So slow and steady. I did 950 last comp in June. That was pretty conservative. I went 360 squat, 215 bench, and 375 kilo deadlift for a 950 total. You know, I won that overall pretty comfortably, but I got some bigger goals, you know. So 1,000 kilos next competition. I think, you know, a nice goal could be something along the lines of a 385 squat, 235 bench, or 240 bench, and you know, 385 deadlift. That'll take me around 1,000 kilos or thereabouts, maybe a little bit over. You know, but 1,000 kilograms is a minimum goal. So I'm going to be, you know, basing my training towards meeting those numbers. So my training schedule from now on, with squatting, for example, I'm probably going to be squatting once every 8 to 9 days, not 7 days necessarily. Could be if it fits in properly, but I have freedom with the 18 weeks available to me, and I don't need to overload my weeks with training if I want to be optimal, because when you get stronger, you actually need more recovery. You can't lift back-to-back heavy sessions week after week. So I can be a little smarter with how I plan that. So I did my first low bar squat session in wraps the other day, and I hit 300 kilos for a single, some nice back down work at 225. Now my goal with squats will be to do a heavy set, like a heavy week. The next week that follows, the next session will be a slightly lighter week with a bit more volume and some variation. So mainly paused work in wraps, And then the week after, again, back to a top single with back down work. So every second week will be a top single, increasing it simply by 15 kilos, probably that's the goal. So the next heavy session will be 315, followed by 330, 345, 360, you get it. And we'll be back in the ballpark of 380 to 390 by competition. So, you know, that's nothing drastic. That seems like a pretty comfortable training plan going forward. Obviously, things never really go to plan, but it's not drastic, you know what I mean? So I don't see there being a huge panic or a huge push at the end. It's just going to be a nice, clean, consistent prep, provided I can stay injury-free and get the work done each week. My food intake's better, you know what I mean? So my supplement cycle is going to be increased slightly, so there's no reason to not feel good. I've been running everything on an absolute minimum dose for a long time now, so I'm definitely excited to see what I can do in a more unnatural state, because I've felt natural for quite some time, even though technically I'm not natty. It's probably as natty as you can be, not being not natty, if that makes sense. Now, in terms of my bench press, last competition I hit 215, and that wasn't that great. My best competition bench is 252.5 kilos. For example, you know, 2 weeks ago I benched 220 in the gym, so I'm already ahead, and I'm 18 weeks out. So I definitely think that, you know, my training plan with the bench press for this prep will be to finish my Barbarian training program, of course. 12 weeks of that will lead me to 6 weeks out. And I think, you know, my goal for the end of the Barbarian program is to be in the ballpark of 240 to 250. So then I just think it's about maintenance and, you know, relearning the skill of pausing the bench press and making sure everything's nice for competition. So I'm not feeling too stressed out about that either. I think that gives me a nice little timeline to really get things moving and to put a solid number on the bar. And of course with deadlifts, you know, they're quite strong for me at the moment, even though I hurt my back again the other week. I was pulling 365 pretty comfortably off a deficit. So I don't see there being anything drastic I have to do. It's just now being smarter with my training plan. As I said in my last deadlift video, I have a different plan now. It's one deadlift session every 10 days or so with simply one top set, some back down work and some variations. My top sets are not going to be pushed anywhere near failure. They're going to be conservative top sets, simply to keep the stimulus there, keep the top end strength there, while my volume work is considerably lighter to reduce the risk of injury and to also, you know, really nail the technique and really strengthen everything around my injuries at the same time, because I'm going to be doing things like suitcase deadlifts and a lot of, you know, stuff that's going to be beneficial for my lower back and core to bulletproof myself, so that when I get heavier again, when I get to the 360, 370 mark, my body's not falling apart on me, so I can continue to push back towards my PB of 410 kilos. And I think setting a goal of 385 in competition, that would be a competition PB. You know, so even maybe 390 would be a nice little goal. We'll see how we go. You know, there's no stress there either. Kind of the deadlift on the day will kind of be whatever I need to take that 1,000 kilogram total. But that's the least of my worries. I'm the most comfortable with my deadlifts, and I know on the day, on any given day, I'm probably capable of pulling 380, 380, provided I'm not really injured. So again, no stress there. That'll set me up for a nice 1,000 kilo total. Will I win the competition with that? No, I really doubt it. There are several, maybe 4 or 5 1,000 kilogram plus lifters that will be on the platform that day. And to be honest, I'll probably be the smallest in my weight class, or one of them. It's a 125 plus weight class. Most of the guys are super heavyweights. I compete in the 140s. I'm sitting at 140 at the moment, so I don't really need to do anything drastic. There's no weight cuts. I'm not going to cut to 125 because there's no 140 weight class, so we'll just compete at whatever I sit. So it allows me to put a few kilos on, but again, I don't want to get unhealthy. I don't want to get fat. You know, I still want to be able to wipe my own ass, because in reality, I'm going to share the platform with people that probably aren't capable of doing that. So that's a real moral win when you can kind of, you know, match them or beat them with strength and still be able to wipe your own ass. I think that's fantastic. And still get laid and still see your penis when you look down. I take pride in that. I definitely take pride in that. And so should you. And so should you. Just remember, if things are bad in your life and you're a bit stressed out, as long as you can look down and see your penis, you're doing better than a lot of people out there. And that's the truth. I got a little off topic there. Didn't mean to get political, but back on track. Competition, 18 weeks. I'm definitely looking forward to this training cycle. I'm excited. I'm very excited about the possibilities, the potential of what the next couple of years can hold. You know, I'm very hungry, very driven to chase that 1,100 kilogram total. And yeah, it's my passion. It really is. I haven't done this for quite some time, seriously, but it's been itching at me. And I definitely think that it gives me something really good to focus on physically, as an outlet, as, you know, a competitive source where I want to be the best that I can be. and be driven to do that. And just quickly before we go, this was a trophy I got last time I did Pro Raw. It's deadlift only, if you can see it. I did deadlift only last time. I won that. It's a nice trophy. It's very big. I like collecting trophies. So as I said, it'd be nice to get a trophy on the day, add it to the fucking wall. But, you know, the competition after the next one, baby, I think that's where we're going to be going fucking hard, going for those big numbers. This prep will be getting myself set up for that. It's all about the future at the moment, making sure I'm injury free, making sure I'm bulletproof, stronger than ever, stronger than all, motherfucker. That's what we do. It's enough rambling for now. I'll be posting, obviously, my entire prep on YouTube because that's what I do. That's what I do, baby. As I said, we're not just internet lifting. It's fun to fuck around sometimes, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm competitive. I'm a competitive powerlifter. It is in my nature. We should all compete in something. This is what I choose to compete in. It's lit me up a little bit, to be honest with you. So I'm excited. I'm pumped, and I'm gonna attack this and give it everything I've got. Make sure we get that 1,000 kilos, and I'm excited to bring you on the journey with me. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And we'll be back in a couple days, starting with Barbarian Bench Press Program week 3. I actually just finished session 3 before for week 2. You know, shoulders and arms feeling good. Start increasing the weight a little bit now, and start pushing towards the 240, 250 bench again. Get back within striking range of my PBs. Happy days. But you know what to do, motherfuckers. Well, actually, before I go, there's going to be a few shirt drops soon. Very exciting shirt drops. There'll be 2 or 3 designs laid out over the next 2 weeks leading into Christmas, and we have another big drop coming in 6 weeks or so. Hey Jackson, come here, dickhead. Jackson over here. Me and Jackson are going to be doing some work together and putting out some nutrition-based content in an ebook, teaching you all motherfuckers how to eat, how to bulk, how to cut, how to maintain, how to perform optimally. Because Jackson here, he's a smart kid. He's a dietitian, motherfucker, eh?
That's right.
Hey, so he knows his shit. I'm going to work with him, and we're going to put some cool shit together, and I'm looking forward to it.
Fuck yeah.
It's going to be sick.
Absolutely.
But yeah, until next time, stop touching yourself and go to the fucking gym.
But you can still touch yourself.
Yes.
As long as you can put the work in, you know.
After the gym.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's go, baby.